Hey, what's up everybody? It's DaYDreaMz. Welcome back to the channel, and this is a very special episode here of War and Order because I've got a good friend of mine, Eric. He's got a level 30 castle. In what realm are you in, Eric?
In 46.
In Kingdom 46?
Yes, sir.
Or what are they called here? Realms or kingdoms?
Realms.
Okay, so Eric has a level 30 castle in realm 46. I'm sure he'll be a level 35 very quickly, but he's a very experienced player. He's been playing War and Order, you know, since Kingdom 46 was open, so close to a year now. And he's someone that I've been wanting to get on the channel to give you guys some tips and tricks. But before we get into that, I got something pretty exciting I'm doing here with War and Order. So once a week or so, they want to do this where I'm going to get you guys, the viewers, to play a little game where, like this one's going to be Easter eggs. There's going to be 3 Easter eggs in this video, okay? And basically at the end, you guys are going to need to go over to the War and Order Facebook page and send them a message with the 3 correct answers. Like something's going to pop up on the screen somewhere. You know, some of them might be easy, some might be a little harder, but I'm sure you guys can do it. And it's a community effort, so you're going to want to share this video and share it with your friends and all of your guys' alliances, and even in Kingdom chat, so that you guys can get the best prizes possible. So basically the way it's going to work, if we get 5,000 correct answers, everyone's going to get 100 gems, 100,000 wood, 100,000 food, and 2 1-hour speed ups. If we get 10,000 correct answers, we're going to get 200 gems, we're going to get 200,000 wood, 200,000 food, and 5 1-hour speed ups. And if we can get, let's make sure I got this right, if we can get 30,000, but it might get lower to 20,000, depending on how good you guys do. If we can get that many correct answers, then we will get 500 gems, 500,000 food, 500,000 wood, and 10 1-hour speed ups. And that's going to be very helpful because it's going to be for everybody in the game. So you're going to want to share this with everybody that you know in the game. Anyone in your alliance, anyone in your family alliances, anyone friends of yours, go ahead and share it with them. And I'm going to be doing hidden giveaways in a lot of my War and Order videos, guys. I've got a good relationship going with them, and they're going to give me a lot of stuff to you know, give away to you guys. And they're telling me to make it 30,000 for tier 3 because there's a lot of you guys on Facebook that watch War and Order. I hope you guys come over here and subscribe to this channel. I'll be doing these collaborations with War and Order at least 2 or 3 times a week, and I do giveaways on my own. So you're definitely going to subscribe, and you'll get some expert intel, like in this video right here. So I'm with Eric, and we're going to start from right to left inside the castle. So Eric, if we just downloaded War and Order and we get into our castle, what's the first thing that we're going to do?
Well, normally what I do is focus on getting up. I mean, you know how it goes. In the very beginning, you're just leveling everything up, trying to get up to level 5.
Okay.
When I started in 201 with y'all, it took me a matter of a day, and I was level 8. I always go to level 8, get everything leveled up to level 8, but make sure you're going to need room for 8 of your medic tents and 8 training grounds, because that's essentially your hospital beds, like in Clash of Kings.
Right.
And I'm blanking on the name right
military
now. Military tents.
So that's going to give you training speed, and it's going to give you more capacity for the troops, and as well as it's going to give you the hospital capacity.
Yes.
Okay. Let's go over next. Let's check. So that's how would you set up your resources? Like what ratio?
With me at first, you know, because before you hit level 10, all you can have is wood and food.
Right.
I normally do 6 of each.
Okay.
I think even to this day, in my level 30, I still have 6 of each one. 6 wood, food, stone, and iron.
Okay.
And that's what I stick with throughout the whole thing, because it's, you know, if you're running farms, which I highly, highly, highly suggest.
That's extra castles that you use to hit to get resources, right?
Yes.
Okay.
If you're running those, then you won't have to rely on your resources inside. But one of the perks you do get is, just like in Clash of Kings, you get the daily reward, basically, like it's a skill.
Right.
You hit that. It's every 12 hours.
What's funny is I just hit that as you said it. That's hilarious.
Yeah, it's 20%, I believe, that
Right.
you get every 12 hours.
Okay, that's nice. So
yeah.
what next? Let's go over to the college, because that's something that a lot of people overlook. Right now, I'm not researching anything, and I probably should be. Give me the first stuff that we're going to research when we get started.
First things I do is get my research up as quickly as possible. That way, early on, because when you start, you're not going to have 5 farms. Like I have 12 currently in 46.
What would you recommend farm-wise to get to level 30 without spending a lot of money?
I would say 10
Between
is
8
a
and
good
10?
number.
Okay.
Yeah, 8 and 10, it's a good number. Resources are a lot easier to come by than previous games, from what I've gathered.
Okay.
You're level 5.
Well, there's no what's it called, where your food gets eaten, right? No
yes.
upkeep.
Yeah.
There's no upkeep. That's a big,
Yeah.
big deal. So imagine the
Yeah,
millions or billions of food that's saved from no upkeep.
Oh yes. Sometimes I'm sitting on at least 100 million food. Just to be prepared for my SOS and all that. But
nice.
yeah, it's a huge thing. It helps tremendously. But your resource plots, they max out at in the map, they max out at 6. But a level 6 iron holds 36,000, whereas previous games, your level 8 for your mithril was 22?
Yeah.
Or 23,000?
Yeah, it's 18 or 22, something like that.
Yeah, so it's a lot easier to come by, because you can, once you get your research up and you use the active skill to increase by 100%,
right.
I can clear a level 5 iron in about 2 hours.
Yeah.
And normally I'll put in 3. So, yeah, so
nice.
it's a lot easier to come by. So that it's really key to focus on that resource research and get it as high as you can.
Okay, so I'm a big monster hitter. In development, would getting your monster, like the physique and the rapid march, is it good to get it up early, or would you rather wait on that?
Oh, yeah. Well, it's good, because that's one thing I suggest, because I have several people in 46 that don't spend, because not everybody can afford to spend.
Right.
Some of us do, some of us can't, but that's the key. In this game, it's very hard to get experience. Lord XP is harder to come by, so your key is to hit monsters every day as quickly as fast as you can.
Yeah, you want to keep your stamina at 0, basically.
Yeah.
Because you're going to get 500 experience per level 15 monster, almost, right around there. Plus the resources from it, so...
The resources, many people in 46 and LOK in 46, they've done castle upgrades with the resources they've saved from monsters.
Right, I got 50k food from 1 level 16 monster, so yeah, you could save up a castle upgrade quickly. So what are some okay, so we basically got the research under control. Military is obvious, right? I mean, you want to get it leveled up as you can, right? It's not as important as a castle upgrade, but it's right up there. And
one thing that I would do,
Go
one thing I would do in the military section of the college, you want to go and make sure you get your leadership up.
Okay.
Because at level 12 castle, you have 3 marches.
Right.
Once you do that research, you need to get your college up to 12, and then you go down there and you can get your 3rd march.
Right.
And then once you get to
Legion is the 3rd march, right?
Legion.
Okay.
Yeah, Legion. Sorry, not leadership. Leadership's where you add more troops to your
is what
march.
gives you 4 marches.
Yeah, it'll give you your extra march.
Okay. And then leadership's going to give you more troops. Right. Leadership will give you more troops marching. Eric's in the car right now, so it's not like he's looking at his screen as he's doing this off the top of his head. So, okay, yeah. Definitely want to get your Legion, and you want to get that in your farms as well. So, I guess a level 12 farm is like the perfect farm size?
Oh, yeah, it's perfect. You have 3 marches,
Maybe until later
I
game
don't.
you want a couple level, what, 15s?
Yes, yeah. I have my ratio is it's 4 that are 15 and above, and then the others are lower because you need tons of wood and food for the higher upgrades. My level 31 castle is going to take like 180 million wood and food.
Right.
So
right.
it's.
Hey, did you get the level 30 Azuri building done yet?
Yeah, I finished it 2 days ago.
Okay,
So
well
it's
after
producing
this
now.
video, maybe tomorrow or the next day, we can do a video on that Azuri. You need it for level 31 to 35, correct?
Yes, yeah, it's
But
a resource.
it's
a new
not
resource.
available. It's not available in the store though, correct? So you got to actually farm it
No.
through your Azuri mine, which I like because
Yeah,
now everyone's going to get there at about the same time. You're not going to be able to like speed it up, so that's good. At least they keep it pretty fair. Do you know what about in the college? Last thing I want to cover is the city defense, like this golem recruitment and stuff. Is that important or?
I'll be honest with you, golems to me are a huge waste of time, resources.
They're about like traps. They're about like traps and COK.
Oh yeah, but worse.
Okay. So golems are not that great, guys.
They're huge power.
Yeah, they'll get you a little bit of power, but they're not gonna like save you. Like you're not gonna like, you know, just like traps in previous games, they're not gonna do much for you. Okay, the next thing I want to cover, before we get into a little bit of troops, we're not going to get much into troops in this one. We'll get into some more deep troop strategy in the next video. But in the next, what are some things inside your castle that people can use to get free stuff? Like, I know in the city hall, you got like the daily reward, the pinata. Go ahead and walk us through each of those.
Okay, the key one that everybody needs to focus on, and my favorite one that's helped me, you know, whenever I didn't feel like spending a ton of money for, they call it an elite teleport.
Okay.
The
That's
merchant,
like where you can teleport anywhere, right?
Yeah. It's initially an advanced teleport.
Okay.
So the merchant, you go in there. There's 2 options. There's an option to where you buy, and you click on the top right, and it's an option to where you sell. So basically, you sell your resources for shells.
Okay.
So you accumulate these shells. No, it's every 8 hours.
Oh, okay.
It refreshes every 8 hours.
I wish I'd have known that. I should have asked you about that. Okay. So I got 1,000 shells saved. How many shells is it usually for an elite teleport?
For elite teleport, it's 6,000.
Okay.
One that I use a ton is the Lord Skills Reset, because I do it a lot. I've changed to development. I changed to military. Right. I changed to hit monsters.
We'll get into the Lord Skills next. Actually, go ahead and finish this one.
But what I always do, it's 3,000 shells for the Lord Skill Reset. You know, so it's a really good deal. And then a lot of times you'll see.
I see VIP points 1,000 for 500 gems. That's a good deal, right?
Yeah, that's how I've gotten to VIP 9, because
right.
It cuts off a lot of savings. It also does that for elite teleports here and there.
Right.
So it does a lot of discounted deals in there for you. So I always check it. I'm always on it. Every time
the Lord XP card 500 worth 150 shells, or not really? Should I save up for the big stuff?
Until you have, you know, unless you have like 10 elite teleports in your inventory, I wouldn't waste your shells.
Okay. Yeah, because I'm not teleporting a lot yet, man. You know me, early game. I'm just about stacking that power and, you know, getting that grind on.
Yep, just chilling.
Right. Feel out the kingdom. Okay, so now you talked about, okay, well, before we get into the Lord Skills, let's go over, show us a couple more ways that people can get a little bit of free stuff. Can't you, in the City Hall, you've got both the daily reward and the pinata. Do you know anything about the pinata? Is it like random? Is it kind of like the previous games where you can kind of guess the pattern? What's it like?
Pinata, I've, just like in the last game, I can't get it down. Yeah, there's many people, you know, I know one guy, he's actually a vet of the game. He got, I think it was 20 elite teleports from it, you know, so there's a way to get some, but you know, work it. Out. Yeah, but I've been very unlucky because I'm a creature of habit, so I try the same thing over and over again, and it never works out for anything. But no, it really is. It's a good source of, you know, getting any kind of thing for free. You know, it's definitely helped a lot of people.
Hey, one question on the daily reward. Do you Do you try to complete the daily rewards to get a higher level each time, or do you? Because I see that like at 150 you get 2K experience, which is pretty good. That's 4 monsters worth.
Oh yeah.
Do you try that?
Yeah, I did for a while, but once you get to level 30, you kind of run out of things to upgrade in a day.
Right.
So, you know, the higher level you get, it's harder to upgrade. You know, you can only, I mean, you get all your farms and wood and iron and all that stuff leveled up to, you know, nearly 30, then you run out of things to do in a day.
Right. I
but
see
no,
that you could do it
definitely
though.
early on, it's good.
Yeah, you could definitely get it finished each day. Okay, next we're going to go ahead and hop on over to something that's very important. And we're going to hop on over to the Lord skills themselves. Hang on, let me get into my Lord info, Lord skills right here. So, as far as Lord skills, there's 2 different ones. War and development. Would you say it's better to stick to development early on?
Yes, that's what I did for it was probably the first couple of months.
Mm-hmm.
I did switch back here and there to go
if you
rob
have a battle, right.
Get my upgrades. But yeah, that's definitely the key, is stick there. Development, the one thing that you can't do, which I wish they would fix and address, is if you're going to do monsters, I don't know if you're looking at it right now.
Yeah, I'm looking at it.
If you're going to do monsters, it goes to the left. You go off to, like, you increase your speed. Yeah, and it kind of blocks you. You can't go back to load, increase.
Yeah, that's awful.
And you can't. Yeah, so that's one thing that I wish they'd address.
Yeah, they'll have to. I'm going to message them right now.
Yeah, because that's one thing that hurts, you know. So if you, like you do, I did it back when I was in 440 with you.
Yep.
You know, I'd get in monsters and just go to town on them.
You know what the worst part is? Look, you can finish it, but then you can't even go down to the next tier. Yeah, that's a big flaw. That's a big flaw. Okay, yeah. So, War and Order, if you're watching this, we would love it if you connected that stamina recovery there to the load increase, or even to the building speed. Either or is fine, but yeah, definitely, because no one's gonna have. Then you'll have to go through stone. You'll have to waste about 20 more skills to get back to the load increase, and then eventually the stamina recovery too, and monster attack too. So, and then it runs out again, so you get cut off twice.
Yep.
Okay, and then as far as, we're not going to really, this video, you know what, we're not even going to go into war. You know what, Battle Flag, that increases development of troops by 2.5%. And I got that one researched right now, but other than that, I wouldn't get any of those for now. This is strictly development. Is there any equipment that's really good for development that I need to tell these guys about? Or that we need to tell these guys about? Or is equipment mostly attack?
There's several that I use. I'm trying to remember what I use on my farms. I know it's like, because I have level 10 blue equipment. I believe it's you can do the necklace, like your accessory.
Okay.
That's one of them, level 10. And I think 15 has it as well. Your accessory, your belt.
And maybe your boots.
And the boots, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, perfect. those 3.
So just check them, guys, and you'll be able to find it. You'll be able to find some form of development. Anything to give you a troop load, anything to give you, you know, gathering, anything like that is good to have. So you can see I just unlocked the 2K XP and 2 green material chests. So you definitely want to get to at least 150 each day. Try to get to the 360. That's what I'm going to be trying to do. Is there any, I don't, yeah, of course the rewards like strongest lord and stuff, should people be saving their speed ups and everything for these events?
Oh yeah, I definitely would.
Alright guys, and we're back. Eric's got his mic fixed. We were just in checking out the equipment and stuff. We've covered most of the stuff here. Now I'm going to give Eric, we've got I don't want to make this video too long, but I'm going to give Eric like 2 to 3 minutes to just cover anything that he thinks that's good for you to know that we missed that's not related to war, because we're going to do a separate video on war. Go ahead, Eric.
Okay, I know when I first started, I neglected farms. The first thing I would have done, had I done it, if I could do it over again, which I'm doing in 201, is develop your farms at the same time you're developing your main. There is no siege unit in this game. So your carry troops, your gathering troops for your farms are going to be cavalry. And what I've stuck with, it's the cheapest, and they have a pretty good load. I don't remember the exact
Dragon Rider
stat,
level 2?
Yeah, the level 2 Dragon Rider.
They got an 18 load, and the level 1 only got a 15 load, but the level 3 have only a 16 load, so they got the cheapest load for the best healing price. So yeah, level 2 Dragon Rider.
Yep. And they're the best. I mean, that's what every single one of my farms have. I used to, before we got into the first few kill events, I used to have at least 100,000 of them in every castle, but as you well know, unless you're spending money on your farms, which
Right.
I never do, I spend it on my main only. Unless you're spending money on them, you're not going to be able to shield them all the time. So I mean,
you can try to get the best hospital capacity you can, like all level 12 hospitals, any type of equipment, any upgrade your main hospital, anything that can give you hospital capacity, you're definitely going to want. But the reason that you want those is they're going to give you the most troop load for the cheapest price, so that way if they do get hit, you're going to be able to heal them, and you don't have to have as many in your castle. You will need twice as many infantry as you do the cavalry, right?
Yep.
Okay.
So that's all I ever trained.
Okay.
And one very, very good point that I learned a lot later on than I feel I should have is during these kill events, as far as protecting your troops, there is an alliance fort. You can keep one full march, the entire alliance. I think it's 67 members in LOK and 46 right now. Each one of us, my base march without any kind of buffs or anything is 162,000. Most everybody's ranges anywhere below that down to like 98,000. Every single member can send one march into it. There's no cap.
Oh, really?
There's no way to scout it. There's no way to scout it.
I don't see it in the Alliance buildings. Do we not have it yet, or is it called the Alliance Hall? Yeah, I see it, the Alliance Fort. So you're saying this fort right here, at night, everybody can send one march to it?
Yep.
Okay, you guys hear that? So anything over your hospital capacity, you should just send to the Alliance Fort, correct?
Yep.
And if everybody goes in it, it's going to be very hard for anybody to hurt you. Can it even be attacked?
No, they can't hit you.
Oh,
no,
okay.
They can't
so this is like a little haven, guys. This is perfect.
It's a safe spot.
Okay, so I hope all of you guys in the family alliances are hearing this.
Yeah. So every kill event, that's what all my members do. They go into their farms. They send to the fort. Obviously, hopefully your main you can afford to shield throughout the kill event if you're not going to fight.
Right.
Because, hopefully you're going to have resources going towards the castle.
Right.
You don't ever want to be resource broke. But
if you're empty on resources, I would say just send your troops to the fort and don't worry about it. But if you have resources or you're way over capacity, like maybe 1 or 2 million power or more, I would shield. If not, you can send it to the fort, and then you can send 2 other marches to any allies that stay shielded. That's what I used to do. What is the War Temple and what is the Port Tower? People were asking me that.
The Port Tower. Okay, the Port Tower, in my mind, there's the Port Tower, which you just build it because it just gives you a little bit extra territory.
Right.
That is solely for what they call the port, the Alliance Port. And that, I have never physically used it. Some of my friends in my family alliance have. It takes, I don't remember the amount of hours, but it takes forever to build. And there's no way to surprise your enemy.
Right, because they're going to see you building it.
Anywhere. Yeah, you can build it anywhere on the map. The cost, I think it's 25,000 alliance points, which early on, that's outrageous expensive.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Later on in the game, it's not as bad. Because you're going to want to save all that alliance points for your flags and all that. But,
by the way, we should get into that real quick.
The
Alliance. Let's get into the Alliance points real quick before I forget. Go ahead and tell them what you do with them and why it's important to save them.
Okay. Yeah. So, as y'all notice, each alliance has a territory, and you have a certain amount of flags that you can lay out. As you'll see, there's they're called elite mines here. You find those throughout the map. There's level 5 all the way down to level 1. The only way to utilize that is to place your flag in between where you are and where that is. So you have to cover that part of that elite to even be able to gather from it. So people, what I did is I spent hundreds of thousands of gems placing flags all over the place.
Because that's the goal, really, is to go get other elite mines,
yeah.
right? You want to max out your elite mines at all times and keep your enemies from getting elite mines.
Yeah. It'll slow them down on their growth. It will catapult your growth within the alliance. If you have at least 12 elite mines, I used to 20, then went and did something and they rearranged a bunch and we lost a ton, and we're down to like 12 now, and it's killing us, but thankfully everybody has farms, so it's not the end of the world. But you want at least 12 early on, but you want to try and grab more, so I'd shoot for at least 18 to 20. You know, alliance territory is based on where you have your flags. It's not, you can try to make it pretty, but you're not going to be able to, because you're going to have to run off on single lines to get an elite mine. So that's what you're always going to want to keep your alliance points for, unless you have spenders that are willing to, take their gems and put it towards flags instead of put it towards their building their castle up, building their troops up. So that's why I say save the points so your spenders can actually focus on things. You'll still have points left over.
Okay.
You can buy your elite mine, elite teleport and all that, but
definitely. So it's, yeah, it's a team effort. You definitely want to have people that are going to try to, like, at least give a portion of their points to the team and then use a portion of their points for their teleports and stuff, correct?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Alright, so we went over the Lord Skills, we went over that. That's basically going to do it for this video, guys. I'm going to be doing 2 more videos with Eric, and we will, we'll keep you guys posted on anything that comes into the game. Any new stuff that comes in the game, I'll get Eric on here, we'll go over it. Like I said, I'm not the expert anymore. I'm learning the game, and I'm going to become the expert, but it's going to take a little bit of time. So until then, we'll piggyback off of Eric's knowledge. And, yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. The 3 Easter eggs were throughout this video. You'll see that there was different things that changed. It could have been pictures, it could have been images, it could have been just text, simple text, it could have been anything like that. So thank you guys for watching. Thanks, Eric, for coming on. Alright.
No problem, anytime.
Alright, buddy. Alright, guys, thanks for watching. Teamwork does make the dream work. Smash that thumbs up button, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Alright, peace.